This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today I am showing you guys the build that I did for my Realm of Magic Let's Play. This is the Alden family home, but I think the title of this video is probably like Spellcaster family home or something like that. But I made this for a specific family in mind, which you might have already been acquainted with if you checked out the first part of my Let's Play, which I posted yesterday. I had so much fun creating these characters, and in the beginning of the episode, I kind of have a machinima showing the backstory, which I worked really hard on. And yeah, so this is the house you might have seen already, or if you haven't, you got to see the fly-in shot in the thumbnail, and I would highly recommend you check out the Let's Play as well. I'm not going to be talking about like where the Let's Play starts off, but I will talk about the backstory and how this house was built and who it was for, so you can kind of get an idea of why I made the decisions I did for each of the rooms, as well as get an idea of what the LP is about, so maybe you might want to check it out as well. So this house is for two parents, one of their sisters, two teenagers, and a cat. So the Alden family. The Aldens are the most powerful spellcasters in the magic realm. And this is their home over in Glimmerbrook. They like to have a little bit of a more secluded space to raise their daughters. And the parents' names are Abraham and Ophelia, and they're just incredibly powerful spellcasters. They have two daughters, Mia and Hazel, who are quite personalities in themselves. They're both very excited about magic and excited to learn, because up until the age of 17, you are not really able to harness those powers. And so they're both coming of age, and that's really exciting. Mia is very much more into nature and collecting things, as well as really researching the history of magic, whereas her sister Hazel is a little bit more mischievous and reckless, and they also have very different styles. I think Hazel and Mia are kind of opposites in that way. Mia has a very laid-back kind of magical look to her, whereas her sister is very much embracing that dark side of being a witch or a spellcaster, and she has more of a gothic look to her. And I think they're both very pretty, and I'm very excited to play with them. And then Mia has a cat named Merlin. He's a cute little orange boy. He's orangish brown. He's just like a mixed cat. I think he's very cute. And yeah, so those are our characters. Oh, and Ophelia's sister Maggie lives with them as well. She's kind of like the kooky aunt. She's kind of trying to be a good witch and kind of messing up all the time, but she's super sweet, and she lives here with the family as well. So you'll still see her bedroom at some point in this video. I almost called it a video in this video, but I want to talk about the build and buy items in this pack real quick. They are so good. I love these windows, these rounded windows, these just simple ones, because they come in some really nice swatches that are just plain as well, which, I mean, that makes me so happy. They're plain, there's black and white versions, there's crazy colors, there's stained glass. They are gorgeous windows, and I'm so happy to have them, as well as the doors that are very nice as well. And then a lot of the items that we got for the interior I'm so in love with, and I cannot wait to continue to use. So there'll probably be a decent amount of witchy inspired builds over the next week or so, and then we'll calm it down a little bit before we head into October, when there'll be just spooky builds galore, because I really like to go all in for October, because I love Halloween, I love spooky season. I just love fall, so it should be a blast, but I have some things that I'm thinking about doing. I also had posted on my community tab earlier today asking if there was anything in particular witchy inspired that you guys would like to see on the channel, so if you haven't already commented over there, feel free to do so. I'll be looking at those pretty soon and working on some new builds later tonight, because I'm so excited to work on some more stuff. I took like a breather this past day. I posted about it on Twitter, so if you follow me on Twitter, you might know this, but because I was at work, earlier in the week, like when we got early access, leading into Monday when I could post the stuff. I pulled an all-nighter. I was up for 25 hours. So I stayed up all night working on stuff, and then yesterday I mostly slept. Well, after the 25 hours, I took a short nap. I got up, and then I was going to try and stay up till the time I normally stay up till. That didn't work. I went to bed early, and I slept for 12 hours, and so I'm feeling really good today. I am ready to explore some more, do some more builds, and I'm just really excited for that. I do not advise to ever stay up for 25 hours. It's not a good time. It was fun though. It was definitely an experience, and I'm glad I was able to do that. But anyway, this house is coming together now. I love the exterior of this one. I just was kind of experimenting. I was just pulling at the walls, adding boxes here and there, and this is what I came up with. Did not have a plan going into this, which is honestly, I think I've said this before. A lot of the times my favorite builds come from houses that I make that I had no plan for whatsoever. Also, I did cut out a bunch of the landscaping. All of a sudden, it's all there. We have a lot of magical mushrooms. We have a couple of crystals and just lots of green plants. I basically based it around what's around this world, which is plants that are very similar to Granite Falls. And I used a lot of plants from the Show Live Edit Objects cheat so that they don't cost anything, but also because there's more variety in there on things that match the surrounding area. And then there's a little jungle gym out in the back here. I didn't realize I had cut that footage out, I guess because it was part of the landscaping, but a little jungle gym, because I do have a lot of stuff in this house that is from when the teenagers were kids, because you'll see in a little while the garage area had been renovated to be like a playhouse for the kids, but they never really repurposed that area because they just didn't. That happens in houses sometimes, but I thought it was kind of a cool way to use the space, and also that makes it so you have that extra space either for that or for whatever you would like to use it as if you guys do download this house. And if you want to download it, I will have it on the Sims 4 gallery if you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi. That should also be linked down below. Somebody did tell me that link wasn't working for them recently, which I'm not really sure why, because it works on my end, but let me know if that link has been working for you guys or not. I will supply it down below, and you guys can let me know. Hopefully it's working. If not, you can find it on my gallery page through the game as well. But anyway, we are figuring out the floor plan here. It was kind of frustrating for a little while, but I figured it out in the end. We don't have a separate dining room, but you could totally, there's so many rooms in this house that could be a separate dining room. It's just the way I laid it out and what I prioritized. Like, we have this giant indoor greenhouse area that could totally just be an extravagant dining room with beautiful windows, but I really wanted a greenhouse, so that's what we have there instead. And we're just still figuring out the floor plan a little bit. I did cut out placing down certain items, so you might see that I'm carving stuff out or writing out where the rooms are going to be, and then all of a sudden there's a bed in that room. I place down random items a lot just to remind myself what that room is going to be, and it's usually not an item I'm going to use. Like, I'm not going to use that yet famous sofa in that room, but it's there. And then I'm not going to use that island living bed in that bedroom or that outdoor retreat one either. And then we have this attic space, which I was really excited to have a usable space up on the 3rd floor underneath the roofs. It definitely takes some, fiddling with to get it to work, but I'm happy with how it came out in the end. And that ends up being kind of where the cauldron and a bunch of magical stuff is. I did originally think I was going to put that in a room off of the main hallway, but I turned that into an office in the end. But we are in the kitchen now. I love this kitchen. I love these cabinets. Or not cabinets, countertops. We didn't get cabinets with this pack. A little bit not happy about that. And I don't know, but I really like the texture on these. The patterns on the countertops, they're really, really pretty. And luckily I was using a swatch that sort of matched this other color scheme. It's not like a matching cabinet though. Like, the handles don't make sense, but they're a similar color, so I went ahead and used them. I hope that's something that we'll get in the future, kind of like how they've updated other cabinet and countertop pieces in the past, like how we got the islands later with Jungle Adventure and Island Living. Granted, the Island Living ones were kind of problematic, but I do hope that in the future they're like, oh, that was an oversight, here are your cabinets. But I kind of doubt that's going to happen, which really sucks, because I would love to have some matching cabinets for these, because I think they're really, really pretty. They're very different, But I'm very happy with how that kitchen space came out. It's just like a cozy little space, and we have our dining table right over here using the new table and chairs. And I just love these round windows. They're just so pretty. I don't think I'm going to get over it. I think we have the blue curtains in here, maybe. I know I had tried that, and there's not a whole lot that's blue in this kitchen, but I really liked the pop of blue in the curtains, so I think I kept them, but I'm not entirely sure. I also wish there were better swatches on the curtains. They're nice, but I feel like for the wood frame I wanted at the top, there wasn't the color of curtain I wanted, so that kind of sucked. But we're just putting a little chair and stuff over in the corner here, and then we are into the living room. In here, we end up making like a TV unit out of some cabinets and bookcases. You'll see that momentarily. And I don't think we have a fireplace in this room. I think the only fireplace in the house is in the master bedroom. So you'll see that in a little bit. And we're going to be swapping out these end pieces for these bookcases instead. I think that worked out very, very nicely. And I don't know, I love the items in this pack so much. I love the whole concept of witches or spellcasters in the game. And I'm excited to explore more of it. I have, like I said, the Let's Play going right now, so I'm going to get to explore some more gameplay over the coming weeks as I play more of that. So I'm really excited about that. I'm probably going to record another part either tonight or tomorrow to come out sometime this week. And yeah, anyway, we also added this little familiar on the table, which looks like a little crystal ball, so I quite enjoyed adding that. I don't remember which familiar that is, but in this pack you can have familiars, so whether it's a cat or a dog you have through the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, or you find familiars throughout the world that kind of look like this when you find them. They're like little animals you can bind to yourself, and they fly next to you, and they're really cute. And apparently they can like save you from death or something like that. They don't seem to do a whole lot, they're just kind of cool. But the Cats and Dogs versions of them, if you have your cat or your dog as your familiar, you can have them go collect ingredients and stuff for you, which is pretty cool. So it's definitely a nifty little feature to have in the game, and I'm really excited. I've already mentioned this before, but one of the familiars you can get is called a butterfly. I will pop up a picture right now. It is a bunny that is a butterfly, and it's a lion head. It's a black lion head rabbit, which is exactly the type of rabbit I have at home. So I was like, we're never going to have bunnies in the game. I'm never going to be able to have my rabbit in the game. Well, I can have my rabbit in the game, and she's like an evil flying butterfly, and I couldn't be happier. Like, that's never a phrase I thought I'd say, but it's so perfect because she's like a little moody girl, and she's like angry sometimes, and it's kind of cute because an angry bunny is kind of cute. Let's not lie about that. But that's just very common in female rabbits. They can be kind of moody, but she's a sweetheart. But when she has one of those moods, I'm just going to imagine her with those glowing red eyes. And yeah, so if you have a black lion head rabbit and you've always wished they were a butterfly, I mean, this pack, it's got you. Anyway, we're kind of skipping over the office here. This is an office for Abraham Alden. So this is just like a nice place for him to take care of any kind of paperwork he has to do. I mean, they are a very powerful family and probably have to deal with a lot of stuff in regards to the magic realm. And they're kind of in charge of figuring out who is going to be the different sages of the different areas of magic. Well, I couldn't think of the word areas. Sections, because there's different types of magic in this game, and there's a sage for each one of those. And I did imagine that this family kind of coordinates that and picks who has those roles. Kind of think of them as like the people that oversee all of magic. So they have a lot of paperwork to do, but this is kind of a fancy home, but for them it's kind of quaint because they could have like a fancy magical house in the sky, but they wanted something that was like very nice but cozy and perfect for raising a family. Like I said, they have 2 girls. But anyway, this is the downstairs bathroom. There are 5 bathrooms in this house. This is a 5-bathroom, 4-bedroom house. Am I doing the math right there? Yes, 4 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, but you could totally have more bathrooms or more bedrooms if you wanted to. There's a lot of rooms in this house that are kind of random or just specific to magic, or like you don't need that office. That could be another bedroom. You could add bedrooms in the attic instead of having like the cauldron magic space, or there's just a lot of moving around in this house you could totally do if you downloaded it. But this is kind of like a spare storage room turned artist room. Ophelia really enjoys painting, so this was kind of a space that she likes to enjoy doing that in. And then this is the garage I had mentioned that was kind of converted into a kids' playhouse when the kids were younger, or the teens were children. And I had fun with this. There's not a ton of electronics in this house. I think there are a couple of computers, but we don't have like a bunch of like big screen stuff. There's one big screen TV in the living room, and I think we have a little box TV in here. But it's pretty, it is what it is. I mean, I would say this is kind of quaint, but I also never had something even remotely close to this. And I don't think of this as like, oh yeah, the kids get a whole garage that's customized to all their play toys as quaint. But it doesn't feel too over the top. It feels kind of cozy. I guess that's what I'm going for. But I really liked this idea. And I don't know why I really liked the idea of it still being here. But I do, even though it probably hasn't been used in quite some time. Maybe it's a nice place to just get away for a little bit. Or maybe the girls as teenagers are sneaking significant others in here. I don't know. It's definitely something that could be explored a little bit more. But this is the master bedroom. This is Abraham and Ophelia's room. It's pretty similar to like the style of the rest of the house and color scheme. I quite like it. I love the new bed that came with this pack. I think this is the only new bed I used in the pack. I didn't want to use the single beds. They didn't work for what I was going for. And then in Maggie's room, I used kind of a kooky bed. It made sense to me. But they have a walk-in closet using those closet pieces from Get Famous. And then there is going to be a fireplace over on the wall across from the bed with a seating area. And then there's 2 dressers in here as well. So it's a pretty spacious room. Plus they have a giant ensuite, which I didn't show. I didn't record the other bathrooms because it gets repetitive over a little while. Plus, this build took ages to do, and before I cut down the footage, just not even recording those parts, this build video was like 35 minutes sped up, and I got it down to 22, so I'm pretty impressed with that. But here we are in Hazel's room. I think this room came out pretty nice. I think it captures the kind of mischievous goth witch who also enjoys music and is just kind of really like a free spirit. She just wants to do her own thing and, messes around too much. She's probably going to get herself into quite a bit of trouble. And so I just wanted a really dark room for this. I would have loved this room growing up. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the channel before, but in high school, I was definitely a goth kid. So I love this stuff. I actually really, really enjoy that fashion style still, and definitely something I would explore more someday. But yeah, I also, of course, added the Henry Puffer poster a couple of places throughout this house, which I really, really enjoyed doing because it's a nice callback to, Harry Potter, magic, But I also just think it'd be a fun thing for witches or spellcasters to enjoy, and they can like critique which parts of those movies are realistic, which ones are fake, do they aspire to be like this character. I really like that idea. And it's also a little bit of a mess in here. I did put some clothes all over the floor, and then we are into Mia's room, which is much more nature inspired. As I said, she really likes being outdoors and collecting things. She's more of the good kid, and she's very, very excited about magic. They both are at this point in time because, like I said, I'm talking about the backstory of these Sims because time has passed between what I'm talking about and how this house is built and where the series actually starts. And you'll understand that if you saw the backstory machinima in the beginning of that Let's Play. Like I said, I will link that down below. Sorry if I'm like pushing it. I'm just really excited about it. And I put so much time into that little machinima. It was really, really fun to do. So I would love it if you guys would check it out. But we're just adding some brooms downstairs by the front door, some ways to get around. I do imagine the 2 crystal ones were the parents, and then the other 2 were Mia and Hazel's. Hazel's is the one with the dark broomstick. Yeah. I was like, what is the stick part of a broom called? The broomstick. And so we're just adding a computer desk here into Mia's room as well. I thought it was nice to have them both have that to do probably homework and stuff. I wonder, do they go to regular school and like hide the fact that they're spellcasters, even though up until 17 they don't have their powers? Or do they go to like Hogwarts? Ideas. I have no idea. That'd be really cool though. And then we are into Maggie's room. I did use this bed from Cats and Dogs because it's just the quirkiest bed I feel like we have in the game. And I just wanted this room to be fairly simple, but just a little bit out there. Lots of blues and the crazy bedspread. She's just here to help the parents out and, you know, get stuff around the house done and spend time with the family. She never married or had kids of her own, but she's very close with her nieces and the parents in this house, like Abraham and Ophelia, are super busy running the realm. So any help they can get from Auntie Maggie is definitely appreciated. And so we're just adding a couple of clutter pieces up on this dresser over here. I love the little pumpkin with the cat. The cat is very in the house. Merlin is very much Mia's cat, but Aunt Maggie loves that cat, and she was like, no, he's totally mine. So I thought that was kind of fun, and you just saw me placing down some stuff for Merlin the kitty. We have the cat tree and a litter box over around the corner, and then those stairs over here head on up into the attic where we do have some more magical things. So here is our cauldron, a bunch of bookcases. We're going to have a bunch of potions, and I think it's pretty cozy up here. We also add a bar in a little while. So this place is definitely an area you can hang out a little bit more up in the attic or get some stuff done, brew some potions, grab a couple drinks, just hang out. I think it's a really nice space, and I hope you guys do enjoy it as well. But anyway, we are coming to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Anyway, we're just adding these last couple finishing touches to this hangout space, and then we'll be heading into screenshots. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.